What if billions of dollars in treasure are still hidden somewhere on Earth? Buried beneath deserts, locked inside forgotten temples, or resting at the bottom of the ocean? For centuries, explorers, historians, and treasure hunters have risked everything chasing legendary fortunes that have never been found. Some disappeared during wars, others vanished with entire civilizations. But one question remains: are these treasures still waiting to be discovered? From lost royal jewels to mysterious sacred relics, these are the top 10 lost treasures still waiting to be found. History is filled with stories of incredible treasures that simply vanished. Despite centuries of searching, many have never been recovered. Some may still lie hidden beneath layers of earth, while others could be resting untouched beneath the sea. In this countdown, we'll explore 10 of the world's greatest lost treasures, the fascinating stories behind them, and the clues that continue to inspire modern-day treasure hunters. Our countdown begins with one of history's most famous missing jewels, the Florentine Diamond. Weighing an astonishing 137 carats, this rare yellow diamond dazzled European royalty for centuries. Unlike most famous gems, however, the Florentine diamond didn't end up in a museum. Instead, it simply vanished, leaving behind one of the greatest jewel mysteries ever recorded. For generations, the diamond was part of the treasures of the powerful Habsburg royal family. But after the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire at the end of World War I, chaos spread across Europe. During the confusion, the priceless gem disappeared. Despite decades of investigations, no verified trace of the original diamond has ever been found. Some researchers believe the Florentine diamond was secretly smuggled out of Europe and later cut into smaller gemstones, making it impossible to recognize. Others think it still exists, hidden in a private collection somewhere in the world. Until convincing evidence appears, the fate of this legendary diamond remains one of history's greatest unsolved treasure mysteries. One royal jewel disappeared without a trace. But the next treasure wasn't hidden in a palace. It was stolen from an entire room, leaving behind an empty space and a mystery that continues to haunt history. Nicknamed the eighth wonder of the world, the Amber Room was unlike any treasure ever created. Its walls were covered with glowing amber panels, decorated with gold leaf, mirrors, and precious gemstones. Originally crafted in Prussia during the early 18th century, the magnificent chamber was later gifted to Russia, where it became one of the crown jewels of the Catherine Palace. Everything changed during World War II. In 1941, German forces dismantled the Amber Room and transported it to Königsberg. There, it was displayed for a short time before disappearing as the war neared its end. After 1945, the priceless room was never seen again. Whether it was destroyed, hidden, or secretly moved remains one of history's greatest wartime mysteries. For decades, treasure hunters have searched abandoned bunkers, underground tunnels, forgotten mines, and even shipwrecks, hoping to uncover the missing masterpiece. Although a full-scale replica now stands in the Catherine Palace, the original Amber Room has never been recovered. If it still survives somewhere, it would rank among the greatest treasure discoveries in modern history. An entire room of priceless amber disappeared into the chaos of war. But the next treasure may have vanished centuries earlier, hidden by pirates, buried on a remote island, and still inspiring treasure hunters around the world. In the early 1800s, the Spanish city of Lima, Peru, held one of the greatest collections of gold, silver, jewels, and religious artifacts in the Americas. Fearing that pirates and revolutionaries would seize these priceless riches, Spanish officials loaded the treasure onto a ship for safekeeping. It was meant to be protected, but it never reached its destination. According to the legend, the ship's captain, William Thompson, betrayed those who trusted him. Instead of delivering the treasure, he and his crew allegedly murdered their guards and sailed away. They are believed to have buried the enormous fortune on a remote island before being captured. But before they could reveal its exact location, the secret was lost forever. Many believe the treasure was buried on Costa Rica's Cocos Island, a place often called the world's greatest treasure island. Over the past 2 centuries, hundreds of expeditions have searched its dense jungles, caves, and cliffs. Despite countless maps, theories, and expensive searches, no confirmed trace of the legendary treasure of Lima has ever been found. Some treasures may be hidden beneath tropical jungles. But the next lost treasure isn't gold or jewels, it's a legendary sword that disappeared without a trace, becoming one of Japan's greatest unsolved mysteries. Not every priceless treasure is made of gold. Some are symbols of power, honor, and history. The Honjo Masamune was the most famous sword ever crafted by the legendary Japanese swordsmith Masamune, whose blades were renowned for their beauty and extraordinary craftsmanship. For centuries, the sword was passed down through powerful shoguns, becoming a treasured symbol of leadership in Japan. After World War II, Japan was occupied by Allied forces, and many weapons were surrendered. Historical records suggest the Honjo Masamune was handed over in 1945. But after that moment, the legendary sword vanished. No museum, collector, or government has ever confirmed possessing the original blade, and its trail has remained cold for decades. Some historians believe the sword was mistakenly destroyed. Others think it was taken home by an unknown serviceman and may still rest unnoticed in a private collection. Until reliable evidence emerges, the fate of the Honjo Masamune remains one of the greatest mysteries in the history of Japanese artifacts. A sword that symbolized centuries of tradition disappeared after a single handover. But our next mystery leads far from royal collections, into the rugged American desert, where countless adventurers have searched for a legendary fortune that may never have existed. Hidden somewhere within Arizona's rugged Superstition Mountains is a treasure that has lured fortune seekers for more than a century. According to legend, the Lost Dutchman's gold mine contains an incredibly rich vein of gold. Despite countless expeditions, its true location has never been confirmed. Many believe the mine was discovered by German immigrant Jacob Waltz, who supposedly carried its secret to his grave in 1891. Since then, treasure hunters have followed cryptic maps, mysterious landmarks, and fading stories, but every trail seems to end in disappointment. Some believe the mine is still hidden deep within the mountains, protected by dangerous terrain and centuries of mystery. Others argue it never existed at all. Yet every year, new explorers return, convinced they might be the ones to uncover one of America's greatest lost treasures. Some treasures may be hidden in remote mountains, waiting for the right explorer. But our next mystery is far older, a sacred object said to possess extraordinary power, inspiring centuries of expeditions, legends, and debate. Next, the Ark of the Covenant. The most sacred treasure in our countdown is the legendary Ark of the Covenant. According to the Hebrew Bible, this sacred golden chest held the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments. More than a priceless artifact, it was believed to symbolize the very presence of God among his people. The Ark was kept in the First Temple in Jerusalem for centuries. But after the Babylonian conquest in 586 BC, it disappeared from history. Whether it was hidden, destroyed, or secretly removed before the invasion remains one of archaeology's greatest unanswered questions. Over the centuries, countless theories have emerged. Some believe the Ark rests beneath Jerusalem. Others claim it was taken to Ethiopia, while another tradition suggests it lies hidden inside an undiscovered chamber. Despite centuries of searching, no claim has been universally accepted or verified. Some believe the Ark holds the greatest spiritual mystery in history. But our next treasure isn't hidden inside a temple, it's described on an ancient scroll that may reveal the location of unimaginable riches still waiting beneath the earth. Discovered in 1952 among the famous Dead Sea Scrolls, the Copper Scroll is unlike any other ancient manuscript. Instead of recording religious teachings, it appears to list more than 60 hidden caches of gold, silver, and sacred treasures, along with cryptic directions to their locations. The scroll describes enormous quantities of gold and silver hidden beneath wells, tombs, and ancient ruins. Yet the landmarks are so vague, or perhaps so altered by time, that no expedition has successfully matched every clue to a real location. Some scholars believe the treasure was hidden before the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem. Others argue it may have been discovered long ago. But until the scroll's riddles are fully understood, one of history's greatest treasure maps continues to guard its secrets. An ancient scroll may hold the key to unimaginable riches buried beneath the earth. But the next lost treasure is linked to one of history's most powerful military orders, a legendary fortune that has inspired myths, secret societies, and treasure hunters for centuries. The Knights Templar were among the most powerful and wealthy organizations of the Middle Ages. They protected pilgrims, built massive fortresses, and accumulated enormous riches. But in 1307, everything changed when King Philip IV of France ordered the arrest of the Templars, and much of their legendary treasure vanished without a trace. Historical records suggest that shortly before the arrests began, several Templar ships quietly departed from the port of La Rochelle. Their destination remains unknown. Many believe these ships carried the Order's greatest treasures, safely hidden before the king's soldiers could seize them. For centuries, explorers have searched castles, remote islands, underground tunnels, and forgotten chapels for the missing Templar fortune. Some believe it still lies hidden beneath ancient ruins, while others think the treasure was scattered across Europe. To this day, no verified discovery has solved the mystery. One legendary order disappeared along with its incredible fortune. But our next treasure belonged to a king, and it may still lie somewhere beneath the rivers and countryside of medieval England, waiting to be rediscovered. In 1216, King John of England was traveling across eastern England with his royal treasure. The collection reportedly included crowns, jeweled swords, golden scepters, and priceless royal regalia. But during the journey, disaster struck, and the king's treasure disappeared into history. According to historical accounts, the treasure convoy attempted to cross the dangerous tidal wetlands known as the Wash. Suddenly, rising waters and thick mud engulfed the wagons. The priceless royal treasure was reportedly swallowed by the marshes, never to be recovered. For more than 800 years, archaeologists and treasure hunters have searched the changing landscape of the Wash. Shifting tides and centuries of erosion have transformed the area, making the search incredibly difficult. If the treasure still lies beneath the mud, it remains one of Britain's greatest lost fortunes. Royal crowns disappeared beneath the marshes, but the greatest lost treasure of all may lie beneath an empire's forgotten grave. Our number one mystery has inspired explorers for centuries, and its true location remains one of history's greatest unsolved secrets. Taking the number one spot is the legendary lost treasure of Genghis Khan. After building the largest contiguous empire in history, Genghis Khan accumulated unimaginable riches: gold, silver, priceless jewels, and precious artifacts from across Asia and Europe. Yet after his death in 1227, both his burial place and his vast treasure disappeared without a trace. Legend says the funeral procession took extraordinary measures to keep the burial site secret. Stories claim that anyone who witnessed the location was silenced, and the path to the tomb was deliberately erased. Whether these accounts are entirely true remains uncertain, but they have helped make the tomb one of history's greatest enduring mysteries. Today, archaeologists use satellites, drones, and advanced technology to search the mountains and valleys of Mongolia. Yet the final resting place of Genghis Khan has never been confirmed, and no treasure has been recovered. Whether it still lies hidden beneath the earth or has been lost forever, it remains one of the greatest treasure mysteries the world has ever known. From vanished royal jewels to sacred relics and legendary fortunes, these lost treasures continue to inspire explorers around the world. Which one do you think will be discovered first, or could some remain hidden forever? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey into history's greatest mysteries, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Top 10 Beyond, and turn on notifications so you never miss another incredible